Hey, you want it? I got it. Let's talk about it. All right, coming to you raw and uncut. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Monday Night Raw. Ooh, boy. I don't know. It was it was not a great show, to tell you the truth. It wasn't. I mean, it kicked off with the tribute, for Hulk Hogan, which was pretty nice. It was, it was good. Hulk Hogan, we all know that he was the best. He solidified wrestling. He made it what it is today and everything. Hulk Hogan he will be missed. Rest in peace, brother. We will miss you, Hulk Hogan, but your legacy and in your career and everything about you will still live on. No matter what anybody thinks. Love him or hate him, Hulk Hogan was the man. All right, let's get into this mess we call Raw. Woo, boy. Start out with Jey Uso coming out to the ring, you know, um, doing his yeet and everything. And I mean, by him coming out to the ring, he was gassed. I mean, he was gassed. He was breathing hard in and out and everything, And just as it was getting ready to get started, out comes Paul Heyman. So Paul Heyman comes out, saying that, you know, not trying to interrupt or say anything negative or anything bad about Jey Uso and stuff like that. But yet then he digs in about on his family and stuff, saying things that whatever he was told and things, he was lied to and stuff, his dad lied to him, excuse me, and his mom lied to him and everything. And then he, you know, goes to the WE Universe and talks to the crowd and tells the crowd about, Santa Claus. And if you believe in Santa Claus, the kids, that your parents lied to you and everything about that and everything. I mean, this segment and everything really meant nothing. I mean, I know he was saying about him, Jey Uso tagging up with Roman Reigns and stuff, against their faction and stuff, which is all in shreds and pieces because Seth Rollins isn't there anymore. They're still carrying around, the Money in the Bank briefcase and stuff like that. And apparently, I don't know, Paul Heyman, his interviews, aren't all that great anymore like they used to be and stuff. And it was really funny in this segment is that when he was getting ready to get in the ring with Jey Uso, he told Uso, "Yeah, I know. I see that look in your face. I've seen it before, and let me just make some distance between you and myself." And then that's when he rips in on him. This promo meant nothing, actually. Really, I mean, we have SummerSlam in the next 5 days, and this Raw really led up to nothing. I mean, the matches, that they had tonight were par medium matches and stuff, no build up to what's coming up, for SummerSlam. Um, I mean, just zero build up for it. It's not like it was before with, PLEs or pay per views and stuff where they had this big build up to it. You had Raw and everything and SmackDown, and you just couldn't wait, for that next day, for the PLE or the pay per view to show and watch it. You don't have that. You don't have that excitement anymore. But anyway, on to the card. We have AJ Styles um, in a mixed match, 6-man mixed match. AJ Styles, Oscar, and Kyrie Sane against Dominic Mysterio, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez. I mean, this match, with the women in it, there was a lot of botches. There was a lot of missed spots, and man, it's just crazy. And I understand that AJ Styles and Dominic, we're going against each other at SummerSlam and stuff like that. But Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, they're going to be going against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So I don't understand why they have, well, I guess, I don't know. It's just crazy, you know. So it was just crazy. I don't know. This match was all right, but it wasn't all that great and stuff. So, but anyway, um, AJ Styles, Oscar, and Kyrie Sane, they won the match and stuff. So anyway, there was a little brief segment with, the New Day, Sheamus, and then the New Day approaches with Grayson Waller talking about he's Big G and stuff, talking smack to Sheamus, and then Sheamus said, "You want a match, when you come to me and everything and face me, it's on." And remember, they call me banger at the banger at the banger at the banger. So Grayson Waller was talking smack, and after he turned around to look for the New Day dipped. They was out of time. They left and left him, in cold. Just left him standing there by himself. But anyway, as the match, goes on, Sheamus basically just dogged Grayson Waller out. It was made no sense, had no substance. It was just a match that was there, put together. Rusev comes down. First, he tries to interfere in the match and stuff like that, but that was taken care of. And then ultimately Sheamus wins the match, and after the match, Rusev jumps Sheamus, and puts him in the clutch, and just held him there, and they broke, finally got it broken up. Like I said, this match is just, I don't know. I mean, you see week after week after week. How many times have we seen since Rusev been here and Sheamus being back? There's been Sheamus and Rusev for the last what 3 or 4 Raws. I believe that's what it's been and stuff. Yeah, man. So, but then you have this little, they do a little tribute thing, some of the, wrestlers, talking and giving, Hulk his little his praises and stuff and everything. Then you got this little backstage segment with Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman is talking to Bronson Reed, saying that, who's in charge since Seth Rollins is here. And I believe that he's trying to put Braun Breaker as, the person that's in charge of the group right now. And Braun Breaker comes out and he starts talking to tell Bronson Reed, to go on and to destroy, that he will destroy and tsunami Jey Uso. So, anyway, then we come back with Lyra Valkyria coming out to try to do a promo. This promo was a joke. It sucked and everything. Just on and on and on again between her and Becky Lynch and stuff like that, and talking about, if she loses, then she can't challenge for the, title anymore and stuff like that, as long as Becky Lynch has the title. I mean, just like before, same thing, over and over and over and over and over. Yeah, this over and over thing is really getting tiring, man. I can't wait for the football season to start because my Monday nights will probably be taken up by the football if Raw doesn't get their stuff together. But anyway, yeah, so then Becky Lynch comes out and everything. Lyra Valkyria attacks her and stuff and beats the crap out of Becky with that Kindo stick and everything. Becky kind of gets a little uphand, but then Lyra Valkyria returns the uphand and gets ready to dump Becky, but she gets out of it and she crawls out of the ring and she leaves. And that's it with that. And then we have a little segment, back to the stage segment with Sami Zayn and Corey Graves, but it got interrupted with Karrion Kross. And Karrion Kross, saying that he's going to beat Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, he's going to, once he beats him, then Sami Zayn is going to tell the truth. What truth is Sami supposed to say? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. And stuff. And then Sami is saying that he's going to beat Karrion Kross and everything. And if he beats Karrion Kross, then he has to just leave it alone, let everything go, and and stuff like that. I don't know what Karen Cross thinks what Sami Zayn's got to say. Um, Sami Zayn doesn't even know what it is, so I don't know. this is really makes zero sense to me. It's like, I don't know. It's just the creative team has just lost their minds. But anyway, um, so we kick it back to the next match, which was a 8-woman tag match, which was with Naomi, Chelsea Green, and Her Service against Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Stephanie Valkyrie, and Nikki Bella. That match was pretty good. It was a pretty decent match and everything. I mean, you got the more experienced people in there. The match is okay, not too shabby, not too crazy and stuff. And Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Stephanie Valkyrie, and Nikki Bella. They end up winning the match and stuff. Chelsea Green gets pinned and stuff by Rhea Ripley, and it's over. Blah 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 blah. And poor Bayley, man. I'm telling you, I think Bayley is about ready to turn heel, y'all. I mean, in this interview that she had, she was really looking kind of, she's done everything. Like she said, she missed WrestleMania only because that she was attacked by Becky Lynch. Then now she's missing SummerSlam. It's I don't know. That look in her face, Billy might be coming back. You'll be hearing ding dong again, ding dong. I don't know. Hopefully she doesn't come back with that. But I believe it's time Bayley is about ready to turn heel to get herself back up on the platform and stuff. And then after that match with the 8, Rhea and Io Sky, had their little thing and stuff, and Rhea said that she's gonna beat Io, and Io said you can't beat me, and all that kind of crap. And then we have the LWO going against the Judgment Day, for the tag team titles. This match was pretty good. It was fast. You know, Del Toro, I mean, he's getting better in the ring, but that Joaquin Wild, he's really, really good. He's getting better. So I think we're going to be seeing more of the LWO and more shows and everything, because they did take the Judgment Day, to the limit. But the Judgment Day, you know, they win the match. And then you have the Gunther promo with CM Punk. Um, Gunther comes out and says the same old, 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 same old. Um, CM Punk came out and educated him. He said he was telling him everything that you think that you did now. He did it a long time before there was even a Gunther and stuff. So Gunther's chasing the dream that he can't catch with CM Punk. Basically, is what CM Punk was telling him and stuff. And then after that, then you have Jey Uso going against Bronson Reed. The match was it was okay. It was pretty good. And then ultimately that what was going to happen was going to happen. There was not going to be any pinfall. It was going to be some type of disqualification, and it was, because when Braun Breaker came out, he destroyed Jey Uso with the spear and stuff. And then after they beat up Jey Uso, tsunamied him, and everything, out comes Roman Reigns, the OTC. And then when he gets in the ring, he goes off for a minute and stuff. Super punches Bronson Reed. Jey Uso kicks Braun Breaker off the ring apron. And then they go at it. They go out, and once they got outside the ring, it was over with after that. Because Braun Breaker spares Roman Reigns again. Then Bronson Reed, he just destroys Jey Uso and stuff. And from that point on, it was just a beatdown and stuff. And they just left Jey and Roman, laying down, laying deep and beaten and stuff. But that double spear through the barricade was crazy, crazy and stuff. I'm not sure if Roman got hurt or not on that, because he looked like he was in agony and in pain. So we'll find out, as the time goes by. SmackDown might even hear, but it's going to be crazy, because there's going to be some bandages worn for SummerSlam. But anyway, after that, the match, tonight's Raw, I'm gonna give it a C minus. There were some good things about it. There was a lot of bad things about it, and it just didn't make sense. The creative team, Triple H, they just got to get their stuff together. But anyway, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling and everything. And again, God bless. Deuces. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.